Hello, this is Elle, and this begins the summer 2020 set reviews. I finally managed to get some, and I'm very happy to be getting into these. So this one's going to be a parts review, and you can kind of tell the set. If you like the video, leave a like. If you want to see more of my videos, subscribe. And this is the Jungle Rescue Base from LEGO Friends, and it is set number 41424 with about 650 pieces. Retails for $80 US. Technically, I don't think it comes out until August 1st, but I managed to get this a little early. So let's get into it. So first of all, this stuff is basically these side bags that have big parts. And I have the stickers in. So let's get into those stickers, actually. So here we have our sticker sheet. Kind of a standard type of sticker sheet for this stuff, a little bit different. We have the ends of logs here. Kind of disappointed we didn't just get the printed pieces on those, but I guess whatever. Here we have our new rescue type logo, I believe this is going to be. And this is basically kind of like a flag in the place. This is really interesting because this is the back of a toilet. I don't think I've seen a sticker for that ever. These are just some solar cells for some solar power. We got some medicine up on some shelves here. We have an IV, which I don't think I've seen a sticker for at all ever. I could be wrong. Then we have our sleeping bags for the people. We have a sheet. We have an x-ray of a cute elephant, and we have, looks like probably a radar saying that a sloth needs help. Speaking of animals and such, we have two in the big bulk area. This is the big elephant, and it's pretty simple, but nice. I like it. It's a new animal. We have some tusks here, which is pretty cool. You have 4 studs up top, so you can put what you want. We got an accessory hole. You can put a bow. And then here we have a bar connection, which will be pretty cool. You can put like a leaf in there, or, you know, something, a bar, anything that's a bar, effectively. I almost wish this could move around, but I think that's fine. You can put stuff there, it can kind of hold it. Here's the better part, the baby. So this is a cute color, obviously not realistic, but totally fine with it. He's got a cute little smile there, him or her, I'm not sure, doesn't matter really. You can put an accessory here, and I think what they'll do is they have that flame part in blue now, so you can look like it's kind of spraying up water. And then obviously on the head you can put a bow or something, and then just one stud here. And then each leg is a set of studs for how it fits in there. And they are pretty light. They're not overly heavy because they do kind of build in the hollow. This one you can't see underneath, but you can feel that it's pretty hollow. But on to the rest of the parts here. So I looked up on Brickset actually to see the rarity of some of these parts, and they're all fairly rare. These are actually the most common, but these are nice. This is what they use for the watercolor in Friends a lot. Here we have 2 of these pink slides, which obviously are in my favorite color. But these are pretty rare in a few sets. This is in a very few sets. These are in only one other set. This is these dark brown, not reddish brown, like support beams, which are pretty cool. Also you get this roller coaster type thing, which they use in a really cool way. But that's it for the big parts. Let's go on to bag 1 and see what we have. Okay, and here we have bag 1 all laid out. So there's a good selection of parts in here, a little bit more than I thought. But I think this bag 1 is used for making like their little vehicles a bit. So that's why there's probably a bigger selection of colors in here. So like, for example, the black has the bumper for what I believe will be the little Jeep. And that's a nice part because it's got bar connections on it. You also get a walkie-talkie. 2 of these burned sausages. Versatile part because it's a bar, so you can use it for like wiring and stuff like that, or as a burnt sausage. We got some tires, nothing too spectacular for tires. We do get one of these hinges and the other part that goes with it, but not too special. Most of this stuff is pretty common parts. In white, again, we have pretty common parts. We got two of these tap type parts. Nice versatile part because you got stud and bar connections on it. And some brackets. We got the kind of under bracket and then the over bracket type there. Only one of each of those, nothing too fancy. We get 2 cups. Now I do kind of wish that these were the printed I Love Heartlake cups. I think that'd be fitting because, you know, you're in the jungle, maybe you're a little homesick, and that would be a little thing to remind you. But they're just plain white cups. We got some lavender color, some nice slopes, just little slopes. Some of my favorite dark pink color, getting these jumper plates in that color is pretty nice. It's a little bit rare. Some dark purple. This I don't remember seeing too many of this part in dark purple, so that's kind of cool to get those. Then, as you can see, we have a lot of brown. Obviously, the trees are brown. We have some medium nougat, and you can see in these, like, pillars here, you get 4 of those. You get a little cargo carry type thing. You get this here, a nice big plate, and then into the browns. You get a lot of these. They're kind of good for making, like, tree trunks or rafts or whatever. They're basically, it's almost kind of like 2 rounded bricks put together. You get like 6 of those. You get various different slopes and bricks. This is kind of interesting. This is like a 2x4 brick put together. One of those are in here. You get some Technic, some of these bracket type bricks. Nice to get those, pretty versatile. There's a little bit of Technic in here, not too much. These are, again, great for making tree type parts. Very happy to see some of those. We got some brown slopes. I don't know if I've seen this length of slope in this reddish brown. Obviously one of my favorite parts, the 1x2 rounded in this brown now. 2 of those are in here. Lots of plates, a lot of the circular brown plates. I think you're making a log thing with that, obviously. You do get 2 of these nice printed ends of a log here, so those are really nice to get for wooded stuff. But that's pretty much all the browns. Now we get into the interesting colors, we could say. We'll start with the green over here. I always like getting the floral pieces, and this is a new in this color, this lime color this year. I think it was this year. Maybe it was I can't quite remember. I know it's been in a couple sets now, but it's nice to get these in a different color. Obviously, you get the color they used to be in. Flowers, simple, the 5-1. We get some other stuff. These are pretty common colors. We get an apple, but I always love getting the Lego floral stuff. I don't know why, because it's probably the most un-Lego thing, but you also get a pizza, which I find kind of interesting for the jungle. But whatever, it's the newer, better pizza that I really like the print on. We get some transparent colors. I think this is going to be your lights for the vehicle. These are pretty cool. Those are pretty like alarm lights. We get a variety of fire pieces here, which is pretty cool. And then they also have the stud with holes, so you can actually place them in there and put them up, which I think is a really nice thing to make it look like you actually have fire rising up or a candle or whatever. Then we'll go to these. These are the beds. You have darker blue, aqua blue, and then an orange. They all each have their different colors. I know that's for the beds because there's no other thing those could be. We got a little red bucket, nothing too fancy. It does come with one of the bottle type accessories. That'll be for the medicine that you might have to give an animal. But then we have some interesting things here. First of all, we have one of my favorite parts, the heart, but it's in the vibrant coral. Now, I'm not a huge fan of vibrant coral. It is a different and unique part, and I know some people really love it. But anyways, I'm happy to see the heart in a different color. The other thing I'm actually really happy for is this flower color. The vibrant coral, I think, will be a very nice addition to having flowers like this. I'm very happy to see that. We got some yellow, but let's look at our figures. So here we have Andrea, and I overall really like this outfit. Obviously it's got more of a jungle type theme. We'll take her hair off so we can see the back. Hair is the same. I do wish they kind of did different hair for them eventually, because I just know they would do different hairs, but you can see the back kind of has an off-shoulder, mixed shoulder. I like the print, how it continues onto the back. One day I'd like to see it for the skirts, but that might be a little bit problematic. But pretty detailed back print, actually. And here on the front, you can kind of see a lot going on. Pouches, belts, buttons. I think that's a scarf. That might just be the top. Actually, it might be both. Otherwise, it's really cool. And then you got her kind of gold boots with purple on the bottom. Probably pretty good for the jungle. Really nice jungle-looking outfit. I really think I like it better than the previous ones from the 2014 sets for their outfits so far. And this is the first figure I've really looked at. So, really nice Andrea figure. And then we have the highlight of bag one. It's our first little sloth. And it's even more detailed than I thought. I mean, you might not be able to see here, but he even has little pink paws down there. He's got a lazy face, very accurate kind of to a sloth. You can put an accessory on top of him. He sits on one stud, and as you can see kind of the angle here, he can hang off of bars, and it did come with a bar, because I believe in this part, we build a tree for him to hang. Now, it isn't a clip, but in a way that's kind of cool, because you can kind of have him, whoops, a little aggressive there, you can kind of have him swing on it and swing off of it. He's doing gymnastics, we'll say that. But it doesn't like hard clip on there, where if you put it on there, he'll be stuck, and very durable on a clip. Kind of like the monkey that they have for them, but really cool. Love the mixed coloring. Silly face. The fact that they actually did in the color for the paws, I think, is really cool. But that's it for bag one. Let's go to bag two. Okay, and here we have bag two. Pretty much similar selection of parts, actually, to the previous bag, but there's some different stuff. I also forgot to mention, you get a brick separator in the set, just so you know. So let's look at the browns back here. So we got more of these pillars, 4 of these parts, which is kind of a newer part, but I'm happy to get it. But it's a 1x3 with 2 studs kind of towards the middle. You get 4 of those, which is nice. Pretty sure I don't think I've seen that in that color, so that's really cool. We get 2 of these tree parts, which I just love because I think that's nice for quick, easy trees, and you can have a good amount of space inside. 2 of these, you can see the branches here. That's the curve of it. Pretty cool. Really like that piece. We get a bunch more of this part, which we had in bag 1 already. So you get a lot of those in this set. You get a nice little stair set here. Just a nice, easy way to build stairs for you. Really cool to get that. A bunch of brown bricks, and some of them are pretty large, which are nice to get. Some arches, some of the pieces that I would say are perfect for branches. But yeah, they make kind of an arch there. Some other brown, more of the 1x2 curved, which is pretty cool. Some of these in tan, which is, I don't know if I've seen them in tan before, but just kind of an interesting modified brick there. You also get this in the dark brown, which at first I thought this was in black, and it's kind of hard to tell, but it is in dark brown. Similar to these dark brown cylinders here, really simple. You get 4 of those, but that's kind of nice for treeage. The white has a lot of containers. We have these 2 type of containers, not too special, seen those before. You got the drawers for them. We do get this interesting part, which they use as a broken egg typically. You can also use it as a white crown if you really want. But it's got a stud with hole through it. Pretty nice, kind of versatile piece. You could put it like this if you want on a bar. Pretty cool. You also get this, which I'm glad to see constantly being made. I think it's a very nice piece. It's just basically a 1x1 bar. We get some control things, which super common. Not too much in the black pieces. We do get 2 more of these, and there was a couple other ones in there with a adjoining part. Nice to get this hinge. It's pretty versatile to use for mocks and stuff, for angles. Some gray slopes for detail. Common gray pieces, nothing too special. We get this in lavender. We get this in purple. I'm happy to get more of this color. I love it. Happy to get bigger plates and such. A little bit of tiles there. A bunch of these 1x2 dark pink tiles. These kind of interesting shutters. They're pretty common for friend sets and some of the older sets that they've had. But in a nice color. We got some bright pink little flowers. There's a lot of flowers in this batch. And with that, we have a lot of green. I wish they always kind of put these with a counterpart. I don't know why. Especially these. This is a nice little piece. But I like to see these angles with their counterpart art, obviously, because it's kind of hard to, you know, make the opposite one. And if there's only one in this set, then you would have to get another set to get it, etc. We also do have the doctor kit that comes in here. So just kind of quick, you get a little, can be computerized or a clipboard, depending on how you want it. We got a injector, the stethoscope, I think that's what it's called, spoon, pen, thermometer. I think this is a baby bottle type thing. Might be something else. Maybe a little injector type thing too. We get our little medical hat type thing. The ear checker, as I call it. And ice bag. Pretty old-fashioned if you think about it. But nice to get these accessories in there. For flowers, we get yellow flowers. We get more of the vibrant coral flowers. Big fan of seeing a variety of colored flowers. And then these are also a big fan. I like using these as the base of the flowers because it kind of looks like leaves. Just looks really nice, having some extra texture. We get more of these like palm leaves. We get some more of these in the newer color in lime. And some of the other like bamboo parts. Some leaves. I always love getting the greenery parts. Then we have this transparent part usage here. We get 4 of these, which are pretty nice to get that. We have our container, clear, looks so clean. A purple cone, nothing too special really. Some yellow. But the blue has some special stuff going on here. So you have this newer flame piece in blue, and that I think they use as like the water coming out of the elephant. You could also use it as blue flames or blue ice magic, or, you know, blue lantern, something different, you know. Pretty cool water. But probably the highlight of interesting parts is that they actually have quite a few of these blue little transparent tiles, but it's in that opalescence or satin blue. Pretty cool. You get 5 of those, and you can kind of see how it's kind of almost tinted different even in the distance here. They're kind of hard to tell until you get them in your hands. I'm hoping one day they make a 1x2, and you'll know why if you've seen any of my Lego City videos. But let's take a look at our figures. So here we have our Mia. And I do like the interesting pattern there and on the vest. I like the kind of purple and the olive green. I think it's kind of an interesting color combination, and you can kind of see she has cargo shorts there. I'm glad they have the detail for the pockets. I think that's a little nice extra addition, and you can see, if this would focus, the extra detail on the back too. I'm glad they're making the print go all the way the front and back, because I know some of the earlier Friends figures, they really didn't have any detail on the back at all. And we get another Sloth, and just like in the last bag, exact same Sloth. As far as I can tell, there's no difference in the print or anything, but cool to get 2 of them. So that is this bag. Let's check out the next bag, bag 3. Okay, here we are with bag 3. Let's get my lights on here, because I was working on getting this out. So as you can see, we got quite a bit less parts here. We got some more of the lime green plates. Another one of these, which I'm happy to see. 2 different colors of the palm leaves. Quite a big amount of these. So you get a lot of those in the set. I like getting a lot of those because I think those are pretty useful. We got some gray here. Nothing too fantastic, I would say. We do get 4 of these like steering wheel type pieces. And for me, this is the first time getting Olivia's new robot head, we'll call it. You can see it's kind of a tiny piece. It's similar to how they built the other one with using the binoculars. And then you can see we have an anti-stud and a stud there. And it does have a hole in it, so you can put bars all the way through. Pretty versatile, interesting part. I did play around with the eyes. You can't put bars on them, or you can't connect studs to them, really. So not much that you can really do there, but a nice, interesting new little piece. It's basically a couple pieces in one, but pretty versatile in that. We do have some more dark brown. We got these slopes. Pretty nice to get. We got 1 random plate of nougat type color. We got some tan, which I'm happy to see. Like getting these. These are good for your trees and different stuff. Then, of course, we have tons of dark brown. We got another one of the tree pieces. And to kind of go with that, I'm not sure how they don't really line up perfectly. But we got these cylinder type pieces. But these can still be useful to make a tree trunk. Now, the only disadvantage with these is they are pretty smooth, but it's still something that can make a quick and easy tree for you. 3 of those in there, so that's a pretty good amount. That's a larger piece. And then we have lots of slopes, and we got some of the bigger one of these arches and some of these smaller arches. Great for branches. We got some of these brown slopes. Basically, all these pieces are for making trees. Another one of these really cool parts in brown. We also get 3 of these really long plates in this dark reddish brown or reddish brown. I'm really happy to see that because I don't see too many of those very often. Oh, we get a broom, but that's not too rare. Then we got a good selection of flowers again. We got some of the green. We got more of the vibrant coral yellow. That's kind of the color pattern they went with. We got some transparent green 1x1 circles. A couple pink pieces, nothing too exciting. Some white, some more levers, nothing really exciting there. An ugly, I guess you could call it an animal from the set, but it's really just a spider. Not a fan of spiders, but it's kind of detailed. And then we have our Olivia figure, and I really like that top. Lots going on. Lots of pouches, belts, pockets. She's got a scarf on. Nice little color coordination. And it also goes on to the back. But I really want to see some more emotion on minifigures. I should be mentioning that every single time. Or not minifigures, mini dolls. Every single time I see one, they're just the same face. Same hairstyle. I hope maybe next year, that's one thing they look at doing. Facial, I mean, even if they make like a box called the emoji box or something, or emotion box, and they just have a bunch of different heads with different skin tones, etc., with all different kinds of emotions, or they design a way to have thought bubbles or something, I don't know. But they need different hair too. I'm sure they don't wear their hair the same through all the years. But I really like that top, so I am very happy with that. And that's pretty much it for this bag. It's a bit of a smaller bag. We got one more left, so let's take a look at that one. Okay, and finally here we are on the last bag, bag number 4. A lot of this is similar to the other bags that we've seen. There's no figure, which is a bit disappointing. Some of these larger friend sets I feel should have another mini doll in it. But that's just me. I know they're probably more expensive to make than minifigures, but when I see, you know, some of these big sets from other lines having like 6 minifigures, it's kind of unfortunate. I guess the replacement is more animals. You don't see a lot of those in other sets, but let's get into this last bag. So here we have a lot more palm leaves here. Nice to see that. We got one more of these. We got a pile of these Lavender Cylinders. They use this for the railings, which is a pretty neat concept. Happy to get more of the dark purple plates and obviously a lavender plate there. Some more of these curved dark purple here, and a bunch more of these. Happy to see a bunch more of those. A pink ladder, which I'm happy to see, as it's in my favorite color. And then a couple more pink parts here, nothing too special. Another one of the vibrant coral hearts. Happy to see that. More flowers. I think there are flowers in almost every bag, so good to see a lot of those. Here we have a keyboard on a tile, some flowers, some bar accessible studs there that I just dropped. Nice to get those. Another cup, so each character besides disappeared right there. The other characters, you could give cups, so everyone has their own cup. Like I said, I wish that was the Heart Lake one. More of this nougat color, and all these pieces are fairly rare. So we get a lot of that. Nice to get that. Pretty much a similar selection in the reddish brown here, except we do get two of these. Really nice to get a nice long hose or branch or whatever you want to use that for in that. And they are somewhat flexible, and they do kind of stay when you flex them. And then we get a bunch of slopes, some brackets, more of the arches, one each of these. These are nice to get in brown ones with. I like the studs with the holes in it better than most of the studs. It just makes it more versatile, more flowers. Not a whole lot of special stuff. Two more of these dark brown like branch parts, some cylinders, another one of these, and tan robot arms. Those are pretty common, I believe, and a couple other tan pieces. So at the end of all the bags here, what's my final opinion? The price per piece isn't the best on this set, but there's lots of large pieces. You get quite a few of these. You get these. You get lots of these. You get some bigger plates. There's not actually, besides the flowers, there's not a whole lot of 1x1s. And there's a lot of different parts. Different colors here, like these flowers. This is kind of funny because it's a classic part. I don't know if it was ever in white, but that's kind of cool. We get these hinge parts, which is a harder part to find. Get some of these. Oh, I forgot to mention our turtle friend, our last animal in the little set here. Pink ladder, which is a larger part. So whereas the price per piece might not be the best, it maybe has a little less, you get a lot of big parts. If you remember in the first bag, there's a lot of big parts there. You get all the animals, you do get 3 mini dolls, you get these parts, and a lot of these parts are pretty rare. Like these are only, I think, in 2 sets. These are only in a couple sets. These are brand new this season, so a lot of the parts in here are kind of rare, and I think a lot of them are fairly useful. Especially if you like the color palette of the purples, pinks, and stuff. You also get the slide parts, which are big, the supports, which are big. It's a really nice set. I'm building it as I do this, and I have to say, so far I'm really happy with everything you get in here, and I'm not even done. One other thing I wanted to note in the instruction booklet, in the back, they have a page that's kind of a little different than we've seen, but I'm happy to see it. So here you can see they have the animals and kind of their representations. So here you got the sloth with a sloth, elephants with elephants. You even have the drone in there, the camera drone, and kind of how they build it. That's really cool. Elephant playing with an elephant playing. It's really cute and cool. The only thing that's kind of off is that turtle being a sea turtle. I don't know if I see that. Also, I don't think sea turtles are inherently in the jungle. Probably by oceans and stuff, but just a kind of cool thing. And that's for National Geographic, and I believe they do have a website, Lego does, devoted to that, and just kind of more information on that on there, which is pretty cool. But I just wanted to show that off. It does come with 2 instruction booklets. one kind of for the side builds, and then the other builds are on that. But overall, the parts of this set I think are really good. Lots of unique and different parts, some new parts. If you basically this set's great if you like trees, if you like jungle, greenery. There's a lot of greenery in here. You get a lot of those leaf parts, you get a lot of those parts, and it's got some more colorful parts, some bigger parts. If you're more of a, you know, city building type person, this might not appeal to you at all. If you like animals, this is a cool set because we have those new elephants, the new sloths. There's just lots of cool stuff going on here. But yeah, really good with parts on this set. I'm really happy with this set. Also, if you've managed to watch this far, I will say you're incredible, because I realize that this video is really long. This may be the biggest parts review I have done, but I'm happy to do it because I really like this set, and having gone through the pieces more in detail here, I'm even more happier about this set, and I'm sure once I build it up and do a review of the set then, I'll be even more happier with it. So, but basically that's all I really have to say. It's an awesome set. Love the parts so far. Well, not so far. I definitely love the parts. Each bag, I think, had a good quantity of parts. The big parts in the beginning, really cool. I don't overly like the lime green color in plates and stuff because it's really common, but it's the color they use for friends, so okay, whatever. But I'm really happy with the parts in this set. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've read this far, or seen this far, you're incredible. I appreciate you watching my videos. Subscribe if you want to see more of these. I will be doing parts reviews for almost every set I got, because I'm really excited about parts and the value and different uses, etc., etc. But that's pretty much it for this video. Thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next jungle rescue video.